Hello everyone. In this video we are going to take a look at the requirements for the Common App essay that some of you have chosen to work on for this Student's Choice Essay unit. Our objective in this video is to help you to identify and explain the required contents of the Common App essay. So by the time we finish, you should have a pretty comfortable understanding of what the Common App essay should look like, what it should include, and how it should be written. So let's begin by talking about a little bit of background information. Common App refers to the Common Application System. And this is an online system through which you can apply to many thousands of universities in the US, as well as some other worldwide universities. And this is a really convenient option because you choose one prompt from the list of 7 that we'll look at in just a minute. You write one essay and you can submit the same essay as an application to as many of those universities as you would like. Now, your essay needs to be a minimum of 250 words, a maximum of 650 words, and that is a hard deadline, or rather a hard maximum, sorry. So you may find that it's difficult to fit all of the information that you want to include in this essay into such a short space. We'll talk a little bit as we work through this unit about editing for economy and how to condense your essay down into that space. It's important for you to note that some universities may require additional supplemental essays. So some universities, in addition to the Common App personal statement essay, they may require you to write an additional essay about why you've chosen this particular university or why you've chosen the major that you're applying to. So we will have options for a why university and a why major supplemental essay for some of the other Student's Choice essay units. So if that applies to you, you might consider in one of the other Student's Choice units working on one of those supplemental essays. But if you've chosen the Common App essay, for the next few weeks you're going to be working on the main Common App essay. So let's go take a look at those 7 prompts that I was talking about. You can see that you can write about pretty broad spectrum of things. The first question says some students have a background, identity, interest, or talent that is so meaningful they believe their application would be incomplete without it. If this sounds like you, then please share your story. Now, please do make sure that if you write this essay that the background, identity, interest, or talent that you're writing about is pretty unique. Being good at basketball, probably not very unique. Playing as a female on a national team for a predominantly male sport, maybe a little bit more unique. The second question says, the lessons we take from obstacles we encounter can be fundamental to later success. Recount a time when you faced a challenge, setback, or failure. How did it affect you? And what did you learn from the experience? Again, please make sure that your challenge, setback, or failure is unique. Number 3, reflect on a time when you questioned or challenged a belief or idea. What prompted your thinking? What was the outcome? Number 4, reflect on something that someone has done for you that has made you happy or thankful in a surprising way. How has this gratitude affected or motivated you? This is one of the new or newer Common App essay prompts. Thinking about something someone has done that made you feel especially grateful and how that gratitude changed you, affected you, motivated you. Number 5, discuss an accomplishment, event, or realization that sparked a period of personal growth and a new understanding of yourself and others. Number 6, a topic, idea, or concept you find so engaging that it makes you lose all track of time. Why does it captivate you? What or who do you turn to when you want to learn more? Number 7, this is kind of what we call the wild card essay. It says share an essay on any topic of your choice. It can be one you've already written, one that responds to a different prompt, or one of your own design. Keep in mind that for all of them, the length limit is the same, a maximum of 650 words. And keep in mind that whatever you write, it should be something that's unique to you. It shouldn't be something that another student could have written. So let's talk about the content. First of all, your essay should answer the question. You do need to make sure that your essay stays on topic. Secondly, your essay should tell a story. So this essay is quite different from the Taiwan-China personal statement, from the UK personal statement, from the Thailand portfolio and personal statement. Those are all very straightforward, informational kind of essays. This is a narrative. You're writing a story. Your essay should begin with an engaging hook. I've given you a quick example from page 54 of the maroon notebook sitting on my mahogany desk. Then Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. I shall be a fugitive and a wanderer on the earth, and whomever finds me will kill me. Here is a secret that no one in my family knows. I shot my brother when I was 6. Are we hooked? Do we want to know more? Of course we want to know more. What 6-year-old shoots their brother? He goes on to say, luckily it was a BB gun, but to this day my older brother Jonathan does not know who shot him. And I have finally promised myself to confess this 11-year-old secret to him after I write this essay. This is a very intriguing and engaging hook. I want to know the rest of the story, and he's going to go back and tell us that story. And finally, your essay should end with a reflective conclusion. And this reflective conclusion comes from a different essay. Let me be very clear. This piece of writing is more than just a piece of writing. It evokes, it inspires, it captures what time takes away. My grandma used to say, tigers leave furs when they die, humans leave their names. Her legacy was the smell of garlic that lingered around my house. Mine will be these words. So you want to end with a conclusion that kind of sums up the whole of your writing, but also something that's a bit reflective. So the student is, reflecting on what remains at the end of our lives. And for this student, it's their writing. So we talked a little bit about what to include, the content piece of your essay. Let's talk a little bit about the context. Why is this important? Well, like any university application essay, this is basically a commercial. This is how you are selling yourself to the university. This is how you are convincing them that they should bet on you and choose you to attend their university. I want to remind you, be sure that your story fits the prompt. I know I've said this once, I've said it again. So if you're writing about a setback, that's fine. But remember, there's a second part to that question. How did you grow? How did you become a better person? How did you overcome that setback? Make sure that you're answering the whole question. And then last, make sure that you choose a story that is highlighting the qualities that you want to showcase. So I want you to think back, or maybe even go back in Google Classroom and reread what you wrote in your brag sheet, what you wrote in your college essay essentials brainstorming. And make sure that those qualities, that person that you represented in those pre-writes, make sure that's the same person that we're meeting in this essay. Make sure that you've portrayed yourself in the way that you want universities to see you. Now, last of all, let's talk about the how of this essay. Let's talk about the requirements for composition. First of all, I know I have said this before, I am going to say it again, college application essays are not 5-paragraph essays. This is not going to be an introduction, 3 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. That is not what we're doing here. This is not that. This is going to be a narrative essay. So you're going to follow storytelling format. You might have many paragraphs that are quite short. I'm going to encourage you to include dialogue. You can see that in this example that I've included from the I Shot My Brother essay. Days passed. My brother and I did not talk about the incident. And then we've got this internal monologue. Maybe he knew it was me, I thought in fear as I tried to eavesdrop on his conversation with Grandpa one day. When the door suddenly opened, I blurted, "Is anything wrong?" "Nothing," he said, pushing past me, "just a rough sleep." And so you can see how this writer isn't just telling us, "I felt bad, I was worried, my brother knew I had done it." He actually shows us through the dialogue, shows us through his actions, shows us through their interactions how that story is unfolding, shows us what he was feeling, shows us what he was thinking. And as you read over the whole essay, he shows us the type of person he is. He shows us the change in his character that has happened as a result of this essay. Shows us that he's not the same boy he was when he was 6. That he's grown, that he's changed, that he's matured, and that he's ready for college life. So let's do a quick review. By now you should be able to explain the required content of a Common App essay. You should understand what should be included, understand the questions that you're choosing from as you're preparing this essay. You should be able to explain the context of the Common App essay. What are these universities looking for? Why is this essay important? What do you need to include? And then lastly, you should be able to explain the instructions for composition. How should you organize this? What should you focus on as you are writing? If you can do all of those things, then you are ready for the next step, which is annotating a sample essay. So I want you to go back to the unit overview document, and I want you to go ahead and click on the link that will take you to the annotation guidelines. From there, you can choose one of the sample essays. You may choose to work alone, or you may choose to work with a partner. However, each of you does need to submit your own annotated copy of one of those essays to receive points for this assignment. So yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm happy to help. But I think you're ready to get to work. So I'll see you later. Bye.